All the best television series. Season 3 is better than Season 2.
In all the best television series, Season 3 is always better than Season 2. Those proved to be famous last words that would never materialize as Ange Postecoglou was sacked just 3 weeks after winning the Europa League. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're a Tottenham fan like me, then you'll know so many things have happened over the last few months around our club. From resignations to sackings to new managers, our best player in years leaving, an absolute club legend, to failed transfers. There's been so much going on. There's always something happening at Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. And it all started with that Europa League final. And let's talk about that historic Europa League win. Last season, under Ange Postecoglou, Tottenham shocked the world by lifting their first major trophy in 17 years, beating Manchester United 1-0 in the final in Bilbao. Fans lined up the streets in an open-top bus parade, and Ange became a legend overnight. It was the first European silverware since 1984 for Spurs, ending years of heartbreak. But here's the twist. Despite lifting the trophy, Spurs finished a dismal 17th in the Premier League as Ange prioritized the Europa League over the league, which was our worst league finish in decades. Fans were buzzing 1 minute and protesting the next. And then, following speculation about his future, just 3 weeks after that triumph, Ange Postecoglou was sacked by chairman Daniel Levy, who said the trophy was an amazing achievement, but it couldn't mask the poor performances in the league. The chairman claimed to want long-term success and not one-off nights. This led to the appointment of Thomas Frank from Brentford, a manager that I am a personal big fan of. My favorite manager actually in the whole Premier League. Very unique tactical philosophy, very adaptable, can change on the fly, and I was very excited for this. But is this the tactical reset that Tottenham need? That question will be answered in due time. But the real bombshell over the last few months is chairman Daniel Levy stepping down from his role. This happened just a few weeks ago on the 4th of September, and after transforming Spurs into a global brand, the £1 billion stadium, consistent top half finishes, Levy's exit feels like the end of an era. Fans accuse him of prioritizing profit over glory, and with the Europa League win not being enough to save his job, he's out. Levy himself said he's incredibly proud but will support from afar. As of now, the club's not for sale, according to CEO Vinay Venkatesham, but rumors are swirling about new investment. Sources like The Guardian and ESPN report 2 takeover approaches were rejected, one from Amanda Staveley's PCP International and another from Firehawk Holdings Limited. Football Insider values the club at £5 billion, with stadium revenue being the big draw. Imagine new investment. Imagine us finally going out to splash money on that brand new striker, that brand new defender, coupling that with Frank's tactical adaptability and his philosophy and his focus on youth and his play style. Could we finally be entering a new era? Could we finally be entering an era where Tottenham can compete for major trophies? So with all that said, today we're kicking off our first FC26 career mode, which will be a realistic rebuild of Tottenham Hotspur. No overpowered signings, no 100 million plus Galacticos, none of that stuff. Yeah, we're going to have strict financial rules that we're going to be following, because at the end of the day, Tottenham are known to be very frugal in the market. We're going to have to do smart business. We're going to have some good, slow, progressive growth, and hopefully some trophies as well. I am very excited about this. So do make sure to stick around, because this could be the dawn of the golden era here at Tottenham Hotspur. If you're going to enjoy this video and you're excited as I am, drop a like on it and subscribe as well. I'd greatly appreciate that. I already mentioned that there are some rules and guidelines that we're going to be following, so let's get into them. First things off, let's address how we're going to be playing. We're going to stick to Thomas Frank's designated tactics. He has a set way that he likes to play with his team. We did say he is quite tactically flexible, so we're going to have multiple team sheets, but we're going to choose from his historical catalog of tactics what we'll be playing with. Of course, we'll decide depending on the game and such, but we want the tactics to mirror what he would do in real life. And as for transfers, I went in and crunched the numbers, did my research, and looked at the past 10 transfer windows at Tottenham dating all the way back to summer 2020, and looked on average, what is the net spend in every window. Now, of course, teams spend more in the summer window compared to the winter window. So Tottenham's average net spend in the summer window is £95.4 million, and their average net spend in the winter window is £12.25 million. So the goal with those numbers is to stay within that parameter. For the summer transfer window, we want to be spending at most 95 million net, and in the winter around 12 million net. So we're going to have to sell players. We can't just buy whoever we want. And the next consideration financially is going to be wages. Tottenham don't have a high wage bill compared to the traditional big six teams. Their biggest earner historically was Harry Kane, tied with Tanguy Ndombele actually on £200,000 per week. Their current top earners are Xavi Simons and Cuti Romero on £195,000 a week. The overall wage bill at Tottenham is £2.05 million a week. So we're going to keep all these numbers in mind. So if we go on and sign a player, if they're like a crucial player, like a player that's going to go straight into the starting 11, we're not going to offer them more than like around 190k. You know, teams like Manchester United, you spend 350, Chelsea spend 300. All these teams have like 3, 4, 5 million wage bills per week. Tottenham have 2. So that's going to be another thing we have to consider. So those are going to be the main 3 guidelines we'll be following. Of course, in the event of making an exception, we will make an exception if it makes sense, if it is realistic. There are special cases in everything. Like, for example, Tottenham signing Xavi Simons. That was a bit of an exception. That's not really the type of signing you think Tottenham would make, you know? So we will look at that. We'll look at in-game what is happening if a certain player is discarded by their team, but they're like a world-class player and their current team doesn't want them. We'll explore that, you know, and we'll just see what we can do, but we are going to primarily focus on these rules. And now, since you know the rules and how we're going to play, already drop down in the comments who we should be scouting, who we should be looking at. I've already been looking at the squad, analyzing the squad, thinking of who to potentially bring in, and I'll show you guys the shortlist that we currently have now in a second. But of course, let me know in the comments what we should do. So with all that said, let's get into it and let's make some history.
I actually can't believe I'm doing this. I can't believe I'm about to start a career mode with Tottenham Hotspur. I always try to stay away from this team just simply because of the emotions that are going to be involved. And if you've watched any of my previous career modes, you know we go fully in. We get invested in the team. We're managing. We become one with the team. But now we're already one with the team. And now I have to try to do something here. We have to try to do something, and everybody's gonna have to be involved. Now, you guys know I don't really like talking about this as a game. I want to get fully in there. It's real to me, damn it. But this part is kind of necessary. In the beginning here, when you do set up career mode, now there's a new feature where you can choose 5 leagues or 5 countries that you want to follow very closely, yeah? And the ones that we have chosen are the Bundesliga, Serie A, Eredivisie, Liga Portugal, the Portuguese league, and Ligue 1 over in France. I've made this decision based on where we are more likely to sign players. We're Tottenham historically do sign players and stuff. We don't really sign players from a league like La Liga, or those are the best leagues out there, so we have left that out. I am interested to see how detailed these stats are going to be, and if in the next season we'll still have the stats from this season, because you get to choose this every season. In the beginning of every season, you get to choose which 5 leagues you want to follow and see all the detailed stats of the players and everything. It's a good addition. It's a lot of data for the game to hold, so I am expecting bugs. I am expecting the game to crash a bit, and it has already when accessing certain menus, but I hope all of that gets fixed. We will not be starting a brand new season. Instead, we'll be using the live start point feature to mirror the results that Tottenham have had so far in real life. That also means it mirrors the injuries they've had as well. It's cool, but it's also going to be pretty brutal because there are some quite long-term ones. Solanke and Kota Takai only out for a week, but James Maddison 288 days. He's going to miss most of the season. Dejan Kulusevski for 69 and Radu Dragusin out for 82 days. Long-term injuries. In terms of objectives, we have these objectives. We set it to strict, and if you guys want to see my full settings, all the settings that I use in career mode that I would recommend, do make sure to check out the exclusive members video for the career mode squad members tier. Those are the people that get access to that kind of content. But our objectives are pretty brutal. They want us to finish in the top 4 in the league. I kinda understand that. They want us to win the Champions League. I don't know about that one. And they also want us to win the FA Cup. This should be interesting. With such high ambitions and the restrictions we're going to have, the tactics have to be on point. We have 4 formations set out, 4 team sheets set out, different tactical setups. I'm just going to go through them briefly. If you guys want a detailed tactics video on the tactics I'll be using in this career mode, alongside me sharing the codes for them, the real life Thomas Frank tactics, do make sure to check out the members video. Again, that's exclusive to the career mode squad members tier, and afterwards I'll be making that video very soon, breaking down all the tactics and sharing that code with you guys. But first of all, we have the 4-3-3. This is the formation that Tottenham have been using mostly this season. We have the team set up there. The lineups you see here, of course, will change depending on the game, but I kind of have just left them as how they have been for most of the season, or how I would set up as well. So we have the 4-3-3, and then we have the 5-3-2, of course, incorporating wing backs. So far this season, Tottenham only played this formation against PSG in the Super Cup final. It went well for about 85 minutes of that game, leading by 2-0, ended up conceding 2 goals in about 5 minutes and losing on penalties. Just one of those. But yeah, I don't think we'll be using this formation too much. Maybe in just the big games where we are more than happy to just defend all game. That's probably where we're going to be using this one. The next formation is the 4-2-3-1, one that Tottenham only used for 1/2 so far this season in their very most recent game against Brighton and Hove Albion, a 4-2-3-1. This is probably the most attacking formation that we do have, and this is how I kind of have the players set up. Of course, Xavi Simons is going to be the attacking midfielder in any formation that features an attacking midfield. This one's a bit unique because the right hand side features a more attacking fullback and a more defensive winger, whereas on the left hand side you have an out and out attacking winger and a more defensive left back. It's unique, it's very unique, and I really like it. And the final tactic we have is the 4-4-2, a formation that Thomas Frank has not deployed as of yet at Tottenham, but has used many times in the past at Brentford. Again, this, just like the 5-3-2, is going to be very defensive. Instead here you're using 2 midfielders and an extra winger. So maybe when you're coming up against teams that prioritize attacking on the flanks, you want to have wingers, whereas with the 5-3-2 is probably going to be defending more central. You'll see here Pedro Porro is a right midfielder and not a right back. We're going to play with a defensive back for the 2 midfielders. Kudus on the left and Porro on the right are also going to be midfielders and not wingers, so they're also going to be very much defensive, and you play with 2 pacey strikers up top. That's why Brennan Johnson in this one moves into the striker role. I've set these tactics, building them from the ground up with tons of analysis on how Thomas Frank has played in the past, set up all the player roles, set pieces, everything. If you guys do want access to these, do make sure to check out that upcoming members video that I'll be doing very soon. Having set up the tactics and seen the team, I've noticed a few lacking positions, so I've set up some scouting instructions for the scout to go on and try to find these kind of players. Firstly, we only have 1 natural left back in the team, which is Destiny Udogie. Jet Spence can play there, but he is a right footer. He is more of a right back. He can play there, but that's not ideal. So we'll be looking for a left back who's between the ages of 20 to 30, and ideally for him to be of first team quality, first team prospect, or even a backup, because he just has to be competent. He doesn't have to be the best left back in the world, but he just has to be competent. This is just an instruction I always do, trying to find market opportunities, players with contracts running down. So you see their contract length from 0 to 1 year, and we're looking for players that are first team quality, first team prospect, world-class or world-class prospect. So any very good players with contracts running down, that means their value is going to be lower and you can slip in there and entice them to come into your club. And then finally, centre-back. We're looking for a centre-back, again, between the ages of 20 and 30, who is first-team quality, can be backup, and can also be a first-team prospect. I'll be honest, this one is the least of my priorities. I'm just open to seeing what's happening there with the injury to Raju Dragushin, who'll be out for a significant period of time. We really only have 3 centre-backs. Ben Davis can fill in there, but I don't really want to be playing Ben Davis all that much moving forward. Now we have the instructions, right? As for scouts, where will they be going to try to find these players? We have 6 scouts, and they'll be going to the exact same country that we're getting those statistics from. It only makes sense, right? So we have a scout in England, we have a scout in France, we have a scout in Italy. You see Rafael Kandariande, I think that is the Armenian flag. The Armenian, I'm confident to say that he is not going to be going anywhere. I like to keep one scout back for free agents, to be scouting free agents and that kind of thing, immediate scouting missions. He's always available, right? Then our last 2 scouts will be going to Portugal and Germany. This is the current shortlist that we have. I've mentioned that we already been looking at a shortlist, thinking of players, just observing from afar, nothing concrete as of yet. So our shortlist right now consists of Kobe Mino, we have Josh King, I'm sure this one's going to be very much unexpected from Fulham, and we have Rico Lewis. Still thinking about that left back. He can play left back, he can play right back, he can play centre mid. He'd be a good option. Is it a realistic signing? He's at Man City, a bit on the fringes. I don't know. You guys let me know. Looking over at the academy, we have some players already here. We have Callum Crook. First things off, goalkeeper, 17 years of age, 6'4", English. We have a New Zealander. That is New Zealand, it's not Australia, is it? Isaac Ibini, yeah, goalkeeper as well. Theo Moore, left back, 15 years of age. English, a bit of a small lad. Ollie Simmons can play right back and left back. He is 17, so he's around that age where he'll be looking to get involved in the first team. Maybe he could fill in that full-back position. Lance Baxter is a defensive midfielder, 16 years of age. And then we have German Cardona, who is a Colombian centre mid, 15 years of age. Doesn't look all that impressive, does he? To be fair, none of these guys are like outstanding. Issei Taniguchi is a Japanese right winger. He's also 15. Yeah, the academy doesn't look all that great, lads. I'll be honest. We don't look like we're blessed with all the talent in the world. And in our first game in the youth tournament, we lost to Leeds United with 9 seconds remaining in the match. Pretty much confirming my concerns about the academy. And with that said, we're going to do something about that. We have sent out some scouts to try to find us some fresh talent for the youth ranks. First of all, we have a scout in England for 9 months looking for left backs, centre mids, attacking mids, and strikers. I really wish you still had the option to just scout for any position. Not anymore. We have a scout out in Wales looking for wingers and wide midfielders. Maybe the next Gareth Bale. Maybe the next Brendan Johnson. Who knows? Who knows? Let's see what they can get out there. And then finally, we have a scout in the Koreas. South Korea, more specifically, not the other one. Looking for attacking midfielders, wingers, and a striker. Let's see if we can get ourselves a new Sonaldo. Everything has been set up and it's time to get into the action with our first game against Villareal. This is the latest start point available in the game as of now. So Tottenham have already played this game and they've already played the Brighton game, but we're going to play the Villareal game here today. Tottenham won this by 1-0. Let's see how we do. We are at home. I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see how this goes. We're going to be playing that 4-3-3 formation. And we're going to play the exact same 11 that Tottenham played in real life. I mean, they got the job done. Why can't we do it here? It's our first Champions League game of the season, of course, in the still relatively new Champions League format at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's Pedro Porro. Oi, that was a bit unexpected. Long switch out there to find Xavi Simons. Richarlison looks to link up with our new big money signing. who does well there to find Kudus. Soft shot. Didn't get enough power on that. The defender was closing him down at the tackle there. So, moving things around. Richarlison looks to sprint away from his man. Was lunging out a bit, reaching out to try to get that shot away. Didn't get that clean connection. Good pressing from the boys here. Mohamed Kudus. Very excited to see how he gets going, how he develops, how he progresses. Oh, good pressing there. Can we make something from it? Villareal may have recovered. They have, but Kudus still determined to do something. Richarlison tried to take it out wide there. Did not quite happen, and we press again, but they clear it. Into the second half. We've had a few moments, but that's all it's been. It's been a few moments. They've been very quiet. I'd say possession is about 60-40 in our favor right now. But, for the first time actually, they're in our box! And they've scored! Villareal did not need many chances. They did not need the keeper to be very much active. They just needed one shot. And they made it count, as you see. The frost ripple off the net. We'll go down early doors in the second half, and Villareal are a completely different team now as Vicario makes the save and we clear away. This is not how we intended on starting life here at Tottenham. Not at all. Bergvall, Richarlison, to Xavi Simons. First moment in the Villareal box here in the second half. Tame shot. Very tame. Our press worked quite well in that first half. In moments. Didn't make it count. Oh, good tackle there by Christian Romero. Now the break is on here. They're a bit unsettled at the back. Here is Xavi Simons. Good footwork from the Dutchman. Gets away from his man. Gets in behind him there. We have Richarlison there for the cutback. 1-1. Back in it. 30 minutes to go. Richarlison gets our first goal in the Champions League. Set up by Xavi Simons. Just the turn of pace, the acceleration to just get in behind his defender. He committed the other centre-back. Richarlison found the space. And we have drawn ourselves level. Much livelier second half compared to the first. Oh, another opportunity here. Oh, nah. Not defending well. Free kick here. Pedro Porro about to take it. That's poor. Straight to the goalkeeper. We have 20 minutes or so left. We have made some changes in the pursuit of a winning goal. Good interception there by João Palhinha. Break potentially on here. You see Brennan Johnson has come on, and he's actually come on as a striker. Trying to see if he can maybe get on the end of something here, but Villareal are defending quite a bit. You see Christian Romero, how high up he was. They're trying to get involved with the attack. Bentancur out wide to Xavi Simons. Villareal sitting a bit deeper now. Maybe they are happy with a point, or maybe they're just looking to hit us on the break. Kudus accelerating forward, looking to inject some life into the attack. Crossed in, cleared away. Can we win that? We will win it. Well done, Spence. This is the best spell of possession we've had all game. Looking for that sustained pressure, looking to break down Villareal. Pap Matassa. Palhinha to Bentancur, out wide to Xavi Simons, who's been the source of anything creative so far. It'll come back to the Dutchman. He hands it back to Spence. We go again. Oh, poor there by the Englishman. Will he cover? He has the pace to get back. Good recovery. 7 minutes remaining. Johnson. There is a bit of space. Villareal committed players forward. Mohamed Kudus. Mohamed Kudus! Straight at the keeper. Trying to press. Good battle there by Bentancur. Ball now with Simmons. Simmons to Rodrigo Bentancur, who really has changed up this game, and he plays it into Brennan Johnson, who accelerates from his man! And he will get what could be the winning goal! 87th minute! Tottenham Hotspur Stadium comes alive! It was getting stressful. It was getting very frustrating. But the decision to bring on Brennan Johnson instead of putting him on the wing, putting him as a striker, has seemed to pay off just about. You see how tight that was. The defender was on him. No space to breathe. But if we hang on here, we will leave the stadium with all 3 points. But Villareal are in the box. We just need cool heads now. We need to be cool. Yeah, we need to be calm. Oh, can we get the whistle, ref? Can we get the whistle? The time is up. Can we get the whistle? Yeah, whistle. Oh, good block. Hanging on. Hanging on. And we have hung on. Oh, it's almost into the 6th minute of added time. It wasn't easy, it wasn't straightforward, far from it, but we do pick up all 3 points in our first game at Tottenham. In our first game in the Champions League, Brennan Johnson with the winner, but Rodrigo Bentancur changing up the game, coming on as a sub, picking up man of the match. What a performance by him. Mate, this cannot be how we do things moving forward. Yeah, it's the first game and I'm feeling stressed. I'm feeling the pressure already. But coming up, we have Brighton away from home. We're going to have Doncaster, Wolves, and Bodo Glimt in the Champions League. How about that for a first game? Make sure to stay tuned for this series. As I said already, drop down in the comments who we should be looking at signing, any suggestions regarding anything in the team. As always, drop a like on the video if you haven't did it, and please do subscribe as well so that you don't miss any video. I've been Cookie Crusher, and I'll see you guys next time.